Virginia for today's game.
Hello, welcome back to another draft player analysis video.
What are you looking for here?
In this part, whatever you want to say. Whatever. This time, I will be going over Kendall Fuller.
And we see it each week how they play.
Kendall Fuller, defensive back, Virginia Tech.
Defenses are designed.
He is.
It is around the running
5'11", 187 pounds. In his 2 full seasons he had starting at Virginia Tech, as he had 2 full seasons to start. He started as a freshman and a sophomore, and he started his first 3 games before being injured at Purdue, or being done for the season after trying to play through an injury. He tried to play through a torn meniscus, and he ended up just not playing. So I'm pretty sure he played 3 games in his junior season.
Bidding the Steelers against the Seahawks. A rematch, Phil, of a Super Bowl back in 2005 in Detroit when Bill Cowher.
So, in his 2 years of starting experience, he had 119 tackles, 8 tackles for a loss, 3.5 sacks, 8 interceptions, and 2 forced fumbles. 6 of those 8 interceptions came during his freshman season, his freshman year at Virginia Tech. He had 6. He was a 2013 freshman All-American, the AEC All-Defensive Rookie, the Defensive Rookie of the Year, and was a second-team All-American in 2014. If Kendall Fuller wasn't coming off of an injury where he was just not, healthy this season, I guess, he would probably be the number 1 or 2 cornerback. The defensive back can probably be number 3. But because of his knee injury, I think that he is probably 4th or 5th on a lot of people's rankings, maybe even 6th. So, overall, I have him ranked as my 3rd cornerback and my 4th overall defensive back. So, again, I think Kendall Fuller might be the most talented corner in this class, but coming off a knee injury, he's going to have to rehab that a bit more. Although I'm pretty sure he should be healthy for opening day. So, that being said, let's get into the pros and cons. Starting with the pros.
The Seahawks take it from the 38. He's wide open for the grab.
First, ball skills.
They take the lead here.
He makes a play on the ball, and he will come down with it most times. If you give him the opportunity to catch it, he most of the time will. But not only that, his ball skills don't only apply to interceptions, but he can make a play on the ball. He can swat it. He could rip the ball out of your hands. He can do a lot of things. And overall, I think that he maybe has the best ball skills of anyone in this class, out of the defensive back.
18-yard line.
He could read and react extremely quick and extremely good, and that just all ties into how good he really is.
Split backfield. First down at the 18. Roethlisberger sends it to Brown.
Next, his instinct, which kind of goes back to his ball skills, but he knows how to read, he knows how to play, and he'll make a break on the ball, before he even really knows where the ball's going to be with that receiver. He'll make a break on it.
First down at the 40.
And he'll
stands in the pocket.
It's hard to describe, but he will make a break on the ball
after a gain of 12.
Before he knows exactly where the receiver's trying to catch it. But he could still make a play on it because he has those instincts and the body control.
They're just so strong. They know how to zero in. They never lose concentration.
Next,
and you never see him drop a pass.
He's a really good tackler.
Back in Super Bowl 40.
Again, he knows how to tackle. He tackles well, and he wants to tackle.
The MVP of that game.
Yeah, what a catch he made.
No, there are a lot of corners. One in particular in this class, in my opinion, that doesn't really seem like he wants to tackle. It's not Kendall Fuller.
Wide receivers in the NFL.
Kendall Fuller wants to tackle.
Also, they can break tackles. What a job that time by the wide receiver.
Next, he could play all the coverages. He could play, man, zone, press man, all of those things. He could play them all because he's extremely smart, has great instinct, and really good body control and speed and all those things.
Football's thrown behind the line of scrimmage. They do it that time.
I said it with Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey can play off-man coverage because
Second down and 11.
he doesn't have the greatest body control for cornerback.
He's got it on a pass that had some heat.
But Kendall Fuller has been a cornerback his entire career at college, so he's a lot more comfortable playing
give all the
corner.
credit to the offensive line. They are dominating.
And last, he's good in run defense. You know, he can make a play in the backfield if given the opportunity, and he knows how to make a play in the backfield. You know, he's not gonna.
It's a nice play.
He's not gonna be lost on run defensive blitz pass.
Inside your red zone,
he's gonna know what he's doing, and he's gonna know how to get in the backfield.
Football away.
But that being said, let's get into his coverage.
Look at that concentration as he makes the grab.
Starting with the knee injury.
The Steelers had a nice play designed that
He's coming off a torn meniscus.
Defense and they get
tried to play through. He played 2 games on it. And a bit of the Purdue game, I believe.
On the way,
and he just wasn't the same player, it seemed. He just wasn't, you know, he wasn't sticking with his receivers as well. He wasn't tackling as aggressively, all those things.
Not able to get away from Chancellor. And the defense,
again, that could be an issue with him in the future as he'll try and play through some big injury.
The offense back,
you know, if he tears something, he has to, you know, come out the field so he doesn't risk further damaging it.
Bell's going to secure the handoff. Met by Thomas.
Next,
wow, another couple inches.
His recovery speed.
6 points for the offense, but he
which is so. Say he's beat on a deep route, he's sometimes not going to be able to recover quick enough and get upfield to make an effort at the receiver.
Runs it across for the score. Touchdown.
So he has to either work on
you got to give the offensive line
his speed in general or him.
Review coming from the question is, did he break the plane of the end zone that's being challenged right now?
All we have to have is just a little piece
overall
of that go over that white line. When you're scoring, you only need the tip of the football to get in. Now, if you're coming down the end zone to prevent a safety, you got to get the whole football out. So, Jim, look at this challenge and see if that football just touched the end zone line.
3rd and goal from the 1. Minutes all
whatever
offense and brings him down. The Seahawks are going to use one of the 2 timeouts they have remaining.
Okay, his recovery is
good.
Yeah.
Approaching the
so
half, and that field
overall,
to make them feel good
he just has to work on it.
As they keep things
close. To break quicker or work on his balance so he doesn't get beat like that and have to recover.
Here all day long.
Have to recover.
The Seahawks
and last,
again on offense,
I said the same thing with Eli Apple. He holds a bit.
They came away with a touchdown,
and they're gonna call it in the NFL. He can get away with it in college, but he won't in the NFL. He's gonna be called for holding and all of those things.
When you talk about situations like this, it really comes down to one thing: can the offensive line continue to dominate?
Overall, I think, even though he's coming off a bad knee injury, he is
no fault. That was just
first-round talent. And that being said, I have him rated as a mid to first-round talent or an early second-round talent. The only reason he falls into the second round is that a team doesn't think that his knee injury is too much of a concern, or his recovery speed and his penalties are too much of a concern to be a first-round pick. So, teams of interest include the Detroit Lions. They need to find someone along with Darius Slay
and that's going to bring us to 4th down.
A consistent starter.
Serve time here with this timeout.
And Kendall Fuller is,
will be called on to send this one down.
Again, in my mind, the second best corner in this class without the knee injury, besides Vernon Hargreaves. And without the knee injury, I mean, he's one of the best.
This punt. And a run back of about
I think Detroit can
the Steelers offense is set to take
find a starter in the middle of the first round.
Right down the field they went, but they could not get it into the end zone.
Next, Indianapolis. Indianapolis has maybe one consistent starter on their defense with backfield.
We saw some good passing, some good running, good offensive line play. I like where this offense is at right now.
They come to the line, and it's 1st down.
I can't remember his name. Vontae Davis.
Final timeout.
They have one starter in Vontae Davis. They need to find more depth. Although they need to protect Andrew Luck, if they feel like
takes the snap from the gun.
defensive back is a bigger issue right now, then they can go Kendall Fuller or whoever they like the most.
You got to try to avoid this as a quarterback. Don't
Next,
throw off that back
Pittsburgh.
foot unless
Pittsburgh
you have
drafting
to.
a defensive back in this
There's just
class.
no way
It's
you're
just
going to be
who.
as good.
And it's all based on who's available.
That time the throws off the mark.
If Kendall Fuller's there, I think he'd be the best
38.
pick for Pittsburgh. He fits their, idea of a starting defensive back as he's lengthy. He doesn't have ideal size as he's only 5'11". I think that's about average for a defensive back.
Doesn't like what he sees on the defensive side, so he is changing the play to the
that's really that with Pittsburgh. They have to draft a defensive back in the first round.
Touchdown appears.
If they don't, people
secure
will
them to halftime lead as the second quarter.
As will I.
Down here.
Well, they sure hope it does.
Next, Seattle.
Halftime with the lead.
Seattle hasn't really been the same since they kind of gutted their defensive backfield
and you want to keep that lead
and left really only Richard Sherman back there. So they need to find some more playmakers back there with Sherman. I think Kendall Fuller would be a perfect fit. He's just a great corner. I'm not going to go much too far in depth with it. They need to find players that can be contributors and playmakers along with Richard Sherman and the two safeties.
Neither offense able to pull away in a first half.
Carolina.
Saw two defenses matching
Josh
each
Norman
other
just left, so this
step.
team needs to
Larry
draft a
Ridley coming up
whoever
next
is
to break
available,
down this
they
first
probably
half.
will draft. Although their tackles are a big need,
underway.
they do need to find someone to replace Josh Norman. They don't have much else back there besides Charles Tillman.
And they stop him from running it out to the 20.
Next,
mark him down
Dallas
to
in
19.
the second round. If Dallas doesn't take a defensive back early on, in my mind, Jalen Ramsey, who should be available for them, they'll probably go defensive back high in the second round.
Antonio Brown with the catch.
As they could find
When you run that drag route across the field,
a very talented
it's not
Kendall
as easy
Fuller
as it looks. You're running
to line up along with
you have to
Orlando
catch the
Sondrick and
football
Byron
right in
Jones.
stride, and you cannot see what's in front of him.
Brown's there. Catch the ball.
Next,
A lot of heat on it.
Jacksonville.
What a defense. They give him the first down.
Jacksonville needs help at defensive back. Prince Amukamara is a good player, but they need to find
Go
someone
on
else
the
besides.
offensive, on the
And
defensive
I'm pretty sure their number
and
2
just make
corner
things
coming into
happen.
this year will be Devon House, who isn't very
Brown
good.
has the catch.
So they need to find a starter. They need to find an impact player at
It was a short route by the receiver.
Next,
Catches it, goes
Baltimore.
all the way down the field and scores a touchdown.
I think Baltimore will take a defensive back, but one of their first,
Hey, it was a heck of a
one of their
throw.
first
And the
couple
point
picks,
after
first,
is
second,
good.
or even third round.
The
And
Seahawks
I think
are
that
set
Kendall
to
Fuller would be a
return
great
the
fit for him if they're there at the second round. They need someone across from Jimmy Smith who can start, and I think Kendall Fuller is
Takes
kind
off from the
of
bomb.
a perfect fit in the AFC Northeast
And
Cup.
it's the same
Who
as a
knows how to
touchback
tackle in the
as
AFC
he's
ball game.
tackled right at the 20. The Seahawks
Next,
offense tries
Tampa
it
Bay.
onto the field.
Tampa Bay hasn't
Get
had a
into the
very,
end zone and see
a
if
number
they can
one
turn the
corner
tide in this one,
since
partner.
Toledo
Well, the
left.
fact that they are losing
So they
this
need to
game
find
so
someone
far,
who
since
can be that
urgency
guy.
is there,
And Kendall Fuller can develop into a guy
you
like that
have
because
many
he's
plays in
extremely
that playbook.
talented.
I think they need to try a few different ones here in the second half.
And last, I think the furthest he'll fall is
That's what
to
you call a bullet pass.
Chicago
Very little
in the
space
second
to throw
round.
the football into,
kinda seems
but he
dumb,
gets it
but
done. A lot of velocity.
Besides Kyle
right on
Fuller,
target.
this team needs help at defensive back. Kendall Fuller is more talented than Kyle Fuller,
The
although
Seahawks now move the chains.
I think Kyle Fuller is
When you
also
pick up
extremely
first downs
talented.
against the defense,
But
they will get tired. That
I
time,
think they
nice
need to find
job by
someone
the
else besides
offense
Kyle
getting the
Fuller.
first down.
Bringing his
Even
brother
though they're
in
losing,
would
here
just be a huge, boost of confidence for both of them.
Than a false
They have someone on the team they know, and all those things. But that being said, I think that Kendall Fuller is probably the most talented defensive back in this class without that knee
The
injury.
Seahawks.
Maybe only Vernon Hargreaves is more
Lynch
talented
looking for a lane.
at cornerback. So I think that with the 25th overall pick
when
in the
there's nowhere to
2016
go,
NFL
hey,
Draft,
there's nowhere to go.
the Pittsburgh Steelers will select Kendall Fuller, defensive back, Virginia Tech.
The Seahawks from the
Pittsburgh is going to get a guy who can be a day one starter. Although he may be a little undersized in their mind, I think
This
that's
is a tough situation to be in.
right at the point where it's
Say this to
average.
the coach and the quarterback. Don't
So,
take a chance. If it's covered down the
I think
field,
that
throw it short.
Pittsburgh's a perfect fit for him. He'll be a day one starter along with William Gay, Sequez Golston, and probably Ross Prochnow.
And 12.
As those are probably the guys that are going
This
to be
play will hold
starters
up.
for
He's
Pittsburgh.
inbounds.
But they need a difference
Well, it's
maker.
third and long.
And they need someone who can make plays on the ball, and he is one of them. He can cover the number one guy.
Come up there and make
Again,
the
although
tackle.
he is slightly undersized, he is still the number 2 corner in this class without that knee injury. I think Pittsburgh would disregard the injury and get maybe the most talented defensive back in the class.
Brown's going to look for space now. He's brought
So,
down at the 20-yard line.
Overall,
Welcome back, friends.
I have
Fourth quarter is
one
about
more
to
player
begin.
left to do. So, I'm probably going to upload this and Mackensie Alexander, who is my last defensive back, on the exact same day, which will be the 27th.
The Seahawks defense.
And then I will upload my mock draft early on the 28th.
They are in on Bell.
So,
When you run the football like
be on the
this,
lookout for
you
Mackensie Alexander coming
There is
soon,
no doubt.
as,
You fake it,
as well
and
as
try to
this.
throw the football down the
They'll
field,
probably
the
be up to the
quarterback's
bat with
gonna
them
have
like
all
an
day to
hour
get
of
it
each
done.
other. So, I pretty much have this game won.
Second down and 2. The catch is made by
So,
Marcus.
that being said, this is me
It's his third catch of the day. The Steelers are in front.
signing off.
Quarterback. Roethlisberger's been